platform. Oh man, I got to give you guys this crazy story. Of course, Friday is not complete without a BS crazy story that's happening in the U.S. Airline worker claims she went blind, almost died after drinking bug-infested airport coffee, and was offered 50-cent refund per this report. This is by Steve Janoski. Let's go into the details here. An airline worker has filed a police complaint alleging she went blind and nearly died after drinking a stomach churning, bug infested cup of coffee from a vending machine in Mallorca. The unidentified 21-year-old woman recently bought the drink in the Palma de Mallorca airport near the island city of Palma, according to the Daily Mail, citing local news reports. When I first read this story, I thought she bought this coffee in the U.S. We have strict standards with regards to food and drugs and beverages and those type of things. But I know in other countries, you really need to be careful about consuming things off the street. You don't know if it's clean, if it's sanitary, how often it's been checked, if the facilities are clean, if they're following proper protocols. But it looks like this woman, she effed around and found out. It goes on to say, but halfway through enjoying the cup of coffee, she noticed it tastes a little off. And upon closer inspection, noticed little antennas and wings peeking out of the liquid and clinging to the cup's side. Ugh, so like I kind of wonder what kind of bugs were those. Like, yuck. Um, she took a photo of the disgusting bug-laden cup. Let's see if we can find it. Ugh. And about 10 minutes later, she told the Spanish news site Ultima Hora she fell ill and the world went dark. Soon she went into anaphylactic shock, which made her face and throat swell so badly she couldn't breathe. She also lost her sight during the ordeal, the report says. Airport health services gave her adrenaline and other drugs, the mail said. But she lost consciousness and was rushed to a local clinic where she spent 36 hours in the ICU starting Monday. This is interesting because I do know there is this push to bring bugs and insects as part of the American diet to supplement protein because we're running out of space for cattle, space for goats, and other traditional meat sources. So there is this push to push bugs and other insects as part of the American diet. And I wonder how is this going to be possible when people are already consuming insects and they're getting sick and almost losing their life. So we'll see if that happens. I have no plans of consuming bugs and insects. I'll pay a premium to get my meat. And this woman, it goes on to say, this woman was 21 years old. So she was healthy, relatively in good health. And there's the cup. Disgusting. Disgusting. Yuck. But my thing is like, as you drank the cup and you saw the bugs on the side, why didn't you stop drinking the cup? Like you should be like, this coffee tastes like shit. Let me stop. Like your brain, your taste buds, um, are firing off for a reason. Like we have this bitter taste sensation, this bitter taste sense in our taste buds for a reason. Those are historically there to warn us about being poisoned, about ingesting something that is toxic. So we should listen to that bitter, disgusting sense that we get when we ingest something that's not right within our digestive system. When I arrived to the ICU, they told my boyfriend, be thankful that a body hasn't arrived. She said, I had a bad time seeing myself alone with all those tubes. Doctors released her Wednesday, the outlet said. Um, so what happened with the bugs? Like what about the bugs caused her to go into anaphylactic shock? Like did they release some sort of toxin, some sort of poison? What about it? Bacteria? What were they carrying that caused the coffee to result in that sort of medical emergency? She later called the coffee company Deli Corner, which supplied the machine. They told me to bring my cell phone and they would refund the 50 cents, she said. 50 cents. She said, I did it with good faith that it wouldn't happen to another person. I told them that I didn't want the money, I just wanted them to do something. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. As high as hospital bills are, I don't know how high they are in Spain, but in America, as high as hospital bills are, you need to be suing for medical care, medical damages, emotional distress, all the things. You need to get your money because you went through quite the ordeal. Her family has filed a police complaint against the airport, claiming the bugs' presence in the poorly maintained machine is a crime against public health, the Mail said. Yeah, like with a lot of these vending machines, you got to be careful. I do not, I tell my husband the same thing. We do not frequent vending machines because we know that oftentimes they are poorly kept. They are unkempt, I should say. They are unkempt. and you are taking a risk. You are gambling, consuming such materials. If you're gonna go to a vending machine, make sure it looks nice, it looks clean. Make sure you're consuming goods that are already pre-packaged, so you don't have to deal with like consuming fresh liquid being poured out in a bug infested machine. The victim says she will continue with the complaint during her recovery, so the same thing doesn't happen to someone else. The coffee machine, meanwhile, has been shut down. The report says. Let's take a look at these comments, because comments also give us insight into what the people are thinking and saying. So let's see what they have to say. So does the coffee company, are they willing to refund her 50 cents? But her hospital bills were in the thousands. So there it is. Gary Lavalle says, where can anyone buy a coffee for 50 cents? That is so interesting, because it's true. Like, where in the world can you get coffee for 50 cents? Like, we are paying $2, $3 for a bucket for a cup of coffee now. So 50 cents, you're playing a dangerous game. This entire story doesn't hold water. Wait a minute. So Gary is stating that this woman is lying. Like, this woman is cat. And I never considered that it may be cat, because I'm like, if they filed a police complaint, it has to be real, it has to be serious. But wait a minute, people do oftentimes make up stories to sue companies to get money. So it could be cat. Two replies. Loading here. G Diddy, he says, common in European machines. They're usually good too. They're usually good too. Ugh. So y'all mean in Europe, y'all like these machines and y'all like them being unsanitary? They're good. They taste good, unsanitary. John the Third says, even from a machine, especially from an airport machine. Yeah. Let's go on. One more comment. Bird67 says, was she blind before she drank the coffee? Unbelievable. Looks like you can't miss those flies. Exactly. Like, if they were flies, you know that flies frequent fecal material. And wherever you find flies in anything, they're regurgitating, digesting fecal material. It's not a good idea to consume that food or beverage product at that moment in time. Excuse me. Hot Rod. Maybe the allergic reaction swelled her face and literally shut her eyes. Curious to see the analysis of the coffee and what allergens or toxins were present. Yeah, that's also interesting, because they can conduct some sort of analysis on the coffee cup, the beverage itself, to see what was actually in it. Because if there was nothing, poisonous in it, this woman does not have a case anymore. Last comment: chocolate chocolate cake. City Hall is outlawing food packaging. Excuse me. City Hall is outlawing food packaging. Enjoy. He probably should. Let's see this reply, and I'll let you guys go. Maybe Anthony Fauci needs to be back in charge. He can convince Joe Biden to stop all selling of coffee. Joe would nod along an agreement. Where do I sign? Man, like, the annoying thing about reading these articles about daily life and things that happen to people in daily life is, like, commenters have to always bring in politics, like race, politics, gender, like their own biases into the situation, and it has nothing to do with the article at hand. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Like, are you consuming airport coffee? I'm not. Like, I'm not. My friend is a flight attendant, excuse me, for Southwest Airlines. And the first thing she tells us is it is never a good idea to ask a flight attendant for a cup of coffee, because the water that they're using is not clean. The facility on the airport, excuse me, on the airplane itself is not clean. So you're asking for a cup of coffee made with dirty, unsanitary materials. Not a good idea, you guys. I want to see what this video about. Oh no, this is about an Australian woman revealing gross things men said to her at a gym. Girl, I doubt these men are saying gross things to you. Like, we need to stop this. I'm gonna make a video about these women in these gyms, because it's getting out of control. I'm starting to get to a point where I want all male gyms, because the women, like, I'm seeing them at the gyms, the things that they wear, they make me feel uncomfortable as a gay man. They're too tight. They're too revealing. They're too provocative. I feel like it's a distraction for people there that are just there to work out, or people who are not even attracted to men, because excuse me, women, because we automatically assume that men are attracted to women, but many men like myself go to the gym. A lot of gay men go to the gym, and we're not attracted to women. If anything, we're looking at the guys, and we want a safe space to be with other men. But yes, what do you think about this story? Airline worker claims she went blind, almost died after drinking a fly infested cup of coffee, and she got a 50-cent refund. That's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Take care and peace.